Leicester City have just beaten Brighton by 2 goals to 1, and the obviously last minute winner from Daniel Amate if you were watching the game. And I again, it's one of them where Brighton played really well and came away with nothing. Um, Especially today, one of my favourite players in possibly ever, Adam Lallana, plays really well for Liverpool. For Brighton, scoring a goal, and he nearly set up 2 goals. He nearly scored another two. He could have had 5 goal contributions today if it had gone his way. But unfortunately for Brighton, it never seems to go that way, does it, this year? In the first half, Brighton were absolutely brilliant. Neon Mopai also was linking up with Adam Lallana really well. He did really well to play it through to Adam Lallana for the goal for Brighton to put them 1-0 up at half time. And Leicester, obviously, at the moment, they're having problems with injuries. It's a bit like Liverpool at the moment, except from the fact that Liverpool's injuries, the majority of them, have come in one position, and that's centre-back. Whereas Leicester, it's spread out throughout the team. So you've got a few attacking players like Harvey Barnes and James Maddison out. You've got a few defensive players out like Johnny Evans and James Justin. So at least then you can use your replacements. Whereas for Liverpool, they're having to use two centre-backs that at the start of the season you'd think they're not even getting a game for Liverpool. In fact, if it wasn't for injuries, Ozan Kabak wouldn't even be at the club right now, would he? Nor would Ben Davies. But enough about Liverpool. One of the players who did come in for Leicester today, though, who I'll be honest, I never heard of before kick-off, was Sidney Tavares. I think that's how you pronounce it, Sidney Tavares. And he almost scored a screamer, actually, a half volley. It was a great header down from Jamie Vardy. And he's used excellent technique and to strike it half volley with a lot of backspin. Unfortunately for him, though, Robert Sanchez in goal for Brighton has managed to palm it away. It wasn't right in the corner, so that. But I mean, you're not. If we're being pedantic here, then it was a great strike. So I mean, if it had gone in the corner, it's a goal basically. And it might not. It might have even been a goal if, say, Kepa Arrizabalaga was in goal for Brighton. But obviously that made it 1-0 at half time. Adam Lallana also had a good chance in the first, and it wasn't even a chance really. It was a free kick, and he's just flicked it on with a header to the back post, and it's actually hit the post. So on another day, that could have been a bit of a freak goal and just gone in. And in the second half, Leicester came out with a bit more fight and a bit more intensity to their play. I felt for Kelechi Iheanacho's goal, it was a brilliant pass from Yuri Tielemans. It was one of those eye-of-the-needle passes where he's managed to get it, so it's got enough power to reach Iheanacho, but almost not enough power that it's gone too far for an Iheanacho, but also enough power so that Lewis Dunk can't intercept it. I got it wrong way round there, as you can probably tell. I do that quite a lot. And it was a brilliant finish from Iheanacho. It was like he didn't really dink it, but he sort of clipped it over the keeper. It wasn't like a chip. It was like a shot that had very little power. So as soon as it's already coming down by the time it's gone into the net, sort of, which is the definition of a chip, but it just didn't look like a chip. Do you know what I mean? It had too much power to be a chip, really. And that obviously made it 1-1. Brighton didn't really create enough in the second half for me. Adam Lallana had a few good touches, a few good through balls that could have turned out differently. But Mopai was offside quite a lot for Brighton, and that was a bit of a problem for them. And also in the second half for Leicester, at the very end of the game, actually, Jamie Vardy obviously goes on one of his runs that he usually does. Takes it round Lewis Dunk, and Lewis Dunk has slid in. I felt it was a stupid tackle because, one, you've got Jamie Vardy by the byline and he's not going anywhere, and two, you're never going to get the ball. So he slid down, and he's very lucky not to have caught Jamie Vardy. Well, there was a little bit of contact, but he's lucky. And they did check it on VAR, and it was, I felt it was been harsh on Brighton if it was a pen, because there was virtually no contact. But turned out to be good for Leicester that it wasn't a penalty, as they scored from the corner. It was a poor piece of goalkeeping from Robert Sanchez as the corner was swung in, and obviously you've got a few players going for it, some Brighton defenders, some Leicester attackers, and the goalkeeper's tried to come in. He hasn't even jumped, he's just stuck an arm out, like just flapped his arm about, and he's missed it, and it's fell to Daniel Amati at the back post, who's got an open goal to aim at, and it's probably the easiest goal he'll ever score. Has he even ever scored for Leicester before that? I don't think he has, or at least I can't remember him doing so. But I mean, it was a brilliant game to watch, to be fair. I was torn between which game to make a video on today, between Aston Villa and Wolves. But I chose this game instead, and I'm glad I did, because the Villa Wolves, no goals, and from what I've gathered, it weren't a great game exactly, by the definition of a great game. And yeah, so I mean, really, Leicester have basically taken advantage of Brighton not taking their chances, and that's the story of the season really for Brighton, isn't it? So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.